My name is Marietta Mehanni, and I've got a great exercise for you today. Check this out. So knee bent, grounded, arm pushing in and out, but I'm not turning my palm around. My fingers stay like this and I'm pushing forward with the palm and pulling back with the back of the upper arm. Okay, this requires a fair bit of strength in the upper body, chest, back. I feel it in my shoulders. And if I pull my leg across hard enough, I'm getting a little bit of adductor work. Now the secret for this is to keep that foot away from this knee. If you do it like this, it's just all arms. You won't get the lower body aspect of it. You get the foot out and make sure the foot is away from the knee. And then pull the leg in and out. Wow, that's intense. Can you do it with both hands? Let's try it. Both hands in front. I think you can. It's different though. And it's great. More abdominal activation for sure, mainly on this side. Now you can also do it with your hands just slightly apart, and this is different again. It's hard to keep the hands slightly apart, and I'm feeling it more in my inner thigh. And my abdominals are working really hard. There you go. 3 options. So option 1 is just with the arm. Palm doesn't turn around. Move that leg in and out. Now notice I'm moving hard enough to create quite a bit of turbulence. Then hands together. Again. We're keeping ourselves grounded on the front of the pool, and then hands just slightly apart. Ooh, and that's where the inner thigh starts to really kick in. Wow, that's a really good exercise. And it's not jogging, you're not jumping. It's a really good one to put in to break up some of those components of the class. Definitely strength work. Definitely inner thighs, especially with that last option with your hands just slightly apart. Great abdominal exercise, and you incorporate your upper body. Win, win, win. I hope that you give this a go, and that is this week's Aqua Tip. This demonstration on pool deck is not going to challenge you that much as an instructor, but if your balance isn't great, feel free to have a chair or a frame or something near you to hold onto the wall. But it's probably a good opportunity for you as an instructor to also work on your own balance, because we're always telling our participants, you've got to work on your balance for fall prevention. We probably need to do the same thing. So on pool deck, I usually don't use anything. Another little tip for you, if you're standing on a mat, that can be a little bit less stable. It requires more stability in your feet and your ankle. And if you're in the process of improving your balance, come off the mat so that you're actually standing on the actual hard concrete or tiled floor, because you're not going to slip around too much when you're doing this type of exercise. So the key thing here when you're teaching it to your participants is what they're doing with their arms and also what they're doing with that foot, because your clients will bring their foot in towards your thigh. So you've got to make sure that you've also got your leg out. So this is how I teach it. All right, lift your knee out to the side. Make sure that your foot is away from your standing leg, and we're going to move that leg in and out. Now make sure the foot stays out in front as you bring it away into the front of the body. Now have a look at my arm. Straight arm, I push forward with the palm and I pull back with the back of the hand. Okay, now you need to make sure you explain that, especially if you're an instructor that always does the hand rotation. Nothing wrong with that. You can certainly do that, but it is a different exercise. So hand on the waist, push and pull. And I usually say this as well. Make sure that you can feel your midsection activating. If you want your midsection to activate more as what you can feel underneath your hand, then make sure that you're pushing and pulling the leg through the water with intensity. Now for those who want to work harder, hands together. And you're going to feel this a little bit more in the abdominals. And of course your inner thigh should also feel that as you're pulling the leg across the body. Now for those people who would like to work harder, hands just a few centimeters or a couple of inches apart and pull the arm across the body. You won't be able to go as far, but I want you to work a bit harder. So from here, then if you want to work harder, both hands. Now make sure that you're upping up the intensity with the movement through the water. And then for those people who want to work even harder, keeping those arms stiff and the same distance apart as you move that leg across the body. Make sure that you're feeling it in your abdominals and your inner thigh, because that is the purpose of the exercise. So there's quite a few things that I did there. I taught each of the individual moves, then I went back and re-taught them again, and then I also indicated where they need to feel it. So talked about what they should feel underneath their hand, talking about where they should feel it in their inner thigh and their abdominals. They're things that you won't feel on pool deck, let's face it. But when you communicate in that language, your participants go, she gets it because she understands water. And they also don't appreciate when you're in the water and you're on pool deck, they don't know what you're feeling either, you know. So it's all about being able to communicate to your participants according to what they feel. Anyway, I hope that you will give this exercise a go. It's a great one. It's grounded. It's not like a jogging or a jumping move, so it's not really cardio, but it's definitely strength training. And that is this week's Aqua Tip.